Hey guys, welcome to Lucky Lotus. My name is Brajesh.
I'm Jimmy.
And I'm LD.
Thanks for tuning in this week. Thanks for having me back, guys. I was feeling a lot better today.
Good, we're happy you're back,
so
dude.
It's been a while.
What'd you have? What happened to you?
I was just sick, just stomach sick. I think I had like the stomach flu or something.
Bubble guts.
How much more did you want to hear about it?
Dude,
I had what they know in the
details.
medical field known as pee butt,
Pea butt.
where you're
Delicious.
peeing out of your butt.
Oh, dude. Are you sure it
If
wasn't?
this is the first time you're tuning in, welcome to the pod.
We let it loose here. Okay, so follow us on Instagram, follow us on Spotify, follow us on Apple, Facebook,
TikTok.
Everything
YouTube.
but X. Come on, Elon.
Yeah, please let us back on. We've been trying for a while now to get back on.
We want to plug. We did an interview that'll be coming up later in this pod with a blind woman.
We did. Yeah. We talked about on the Ancient Aliens episode where I found a blind girl on Hinge. And I was curious as
She didn't find you.
Huh? Yeah, she didn't find me. But no, saw a blind girl on Hinge, and I was curious as to how they use Hinge. So we ended up getting in touch with a girl who was blind and also dating, and we had her on the podcast, and it went very well, I believe. Other than some of the shots that we got, she moved up a little bit too close to the screen.
She was in the middle of a really good story. She gave a really good interview.
Yeah, I didn't want to
She did a
stop
really
her.
good time.
I didn't want to stop her. She was honestly, I was inspired.
We apologize for the framing of this. It'll be at the tail end of the podcast. If you're interested how blind people do a lot of daily activities that we take for granted, or just stuff like online dating, or going to the store, tune in at the end for a special podcast from Katelyn.
Yeah, which thank you very much, Katelyn. There was
You can see that
fun
her
experience.
at is right here that we've put in post-print production.
Here it is. No, thank you for coming on. It was wild when she said. I guess we can just listen to the pod, but it's hard having losing your eyesight, losing just about any of your senses or any type of mobility, and then what the consequences are because of that. And it's not even your fault.
I think I'd rather lose my smell.
Oh, yeah, anyone.
Yeah, I mean, I learned a lot. I think the story that stuck out to me the most was the over chivalrous guys that would take her out and
Take her cane.
take her cane.
Don't spoil it. Tune in to the end. Listen to the whole pod. Don't just skip ahead. We know who you are.
But okay, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff has happened this week.
I just want to shout out to the 9% of female listeners that make it through this pod.
We're at
and our
9%?
clips. Yeah. So we started at 2. We're up to 9.
Nice. There we go.
LD has increased the women following this
7%?
pod. No, by
Nice.
400%.
Oh yeah, no, LD, you've done a lot, dude. You've done a lot. We appreciate it.
Glaze him.
Appreciate y'all having me, man.
Let me
Appreciate
get
y'all
off
having
my
me.
knees. Okay, so what are we talking about this week?
Man, there's a lot to talk about. We got
a lot of current events, crazy stuff going on.
We got the ice shooting in Minnesota. We got update on Venezuela as far as how the U.S. actually went in, which sounds like we got some new toys, guys. we got Latin America shook right now.
Verizon is having a national outage today.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah. We're also going to talk about what if ChatGPT was president.
Yes.
Sweet. And then we got our fan favorite, Gavin Newsom. We'll be throwing some shade at him. Also,
Oh yeah, we got a sketch by Drewuski that has gone viral that I would like to discuss with you guys, and also talk a little bit about these prosperity gospel preachers,
dude, nasty people.
and their congregation as to what they is doing.
Before we
New segment, baby. New segment. No.
Before we get started, I just want to remind you, because you mentioned Drewuski, but then you took the mic away from your lips, so that they're getting a little behind the scene. Put the mic to your lips.
No.
Just talking to
I was
them.
going to cut that out.
Just do that.
I was going to cut that out. Now
We'll just leave it in now. Now just leave it in.
Now I got to cut
Just
this
leave
part
it
out
in.
too.
No, don't cut it.
But I mean, even I forgot about we're also in the playoffs here in both NFL and college.
That's right.
Shit. Okay, I'm listening. I'm listening to this.
Have you been watching some ESPN since
I've
our
been,
last?
Yes. I've been watching bits and pieces.
Who's
here
in
and
the
there.
Super Bowl? If you've been watching,
who's in the college
Super
national
Bowl?
championship right now?
Dude, okay, here we go. I'm about to show my ass. Here we go. So Alabama.
No.
Wrong. Lost first round to a team that is now in the national championship.
You gotta give it to me because
Miami Hurricanes and the Indiana Hoosiers.
Really?
Who do y'all got? I know you don't know
I
shit
took
about
Miami.
it.
Well, I'll say Miami.
Take Miami.
I bet Miami because they're such heavy underdogs. I'm also hearing rumors that there are alleged Spygate allegations
for
against
Indiana.
Indiana.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So I'm hearing that may come out.
I think Indiana's a complete team, man. Their defense is stacked, and they got the best QB in college football right now.
They're talking Kirk Cignetti may go to the NFL. What team would you like to see him on, Burjesh?
Bears, the Chicago Bears.
Well, the Bears are still in the
yeah,
playoffs.
Bears are in the playoffs, and they just got a new coach last year who was killing it. He was the offensive coordinator for the Lions last year, who killed it for them.
And the Super Bowl's not for a month.
I know enough about football to where aren't Bears supposed to be the most horrible football team?
They have been.
They haven't been very good since they got this new coach. They have been killing it. Him and Caleb Williams are starting to gel, and they look good. I hate it for my Vikes, because they're in the same division. I know Jimmy doesn't like it.
No, my Packers gave up one of the biggest playoff blowouts of all time. Comeback wins.
Jeez.
They really squeaked it out, Burjesh.
I'm hopeful.
Okay, I'll watch the Super Bowl. I got money on the Bears just because why not?
Who do you got going to the Super Bowl?
We got.
You could say the Bears. Who do you think the Bears are going to play?
The Bears are in.
Okay, let's pick another wild team.
You got to pick an AFC team.
Think of another team that's in the NFL.
But it's got to be AFC.
And don't say the
And
Chiefs.
I know you don't know what the AFC is, so this should be fun.
So I want to say the Seattle Seahawks.
They're also
They're
in
also
the playoffs.
in the NFC. So both of those teams cannot go to the playoffs. But I think Seattle may be, one of those teams that could make the Super Bowl as well.
But the Seahawks, they've been doing well. They've always done well, right?
Yeah, they got the number 1 seed. They had the first round bye. So, that was a good choice. The Bears and Seahawks can never play each other in the Super Bowl.
I think what we'll do is we'll plug that next year. I'm just going to pick that Burjesh is going to be a Bills fan, and he has to report every week about what the Bills are doing.
Say less.
Who you got, Jimmy?
I don't know, man. Probably the Bills.
I think the Bills are going to win it too.
The Bills are pretty good, but I
Bills
could
are good.
easily see them squeaking out and Josh Allen giving up a bunch of picks and stuff.
I think this is Josh Allen's year.
Josh Allen's in-dome games, he's like 0-9 for the game that's coming up, and he always throws an interception. So I took that as a bet.
Well, and two of his weapons have gone down too, but he also has the best running back in the league right now.
You saying Cardi went down?
Are y'all betting?
Y'all bet?
Y'all bet, man. Y'all bet,
well,
man?
we're both agreeing that the same team's probably going to win the Super Bowl. Who do you think's going to go in for the NFC, Jimmy?
Probably the Seahawks.
The Seahawks? You think
They
Seahawks?
look pretty good. Plus, you have to go to Quest Field. That's like a rowdy place to play. It's a funny story, but during the Packers game, after we got up, I was like, I already booked my tickets to Seattle. And then I left the bar, and then everyone was like, oh, that poor bastard has tickets to Seattle. It's like, my team's
Seattle's
not playing.
tough. I am rooting for Seattle because a kid that I coached at Arlington, Kenneth Walker, their running back, he's their starting running back for Seattle. So I'm rooting for him, but I think the Rams may take the NFC.
Do you think Kenneth Walker owes you anything for coaching?
He does not owe me anything.
Okay,
He doesn't
but can
owe-
we reach-
I only coached him till his sophomore year. He was supposed to wrestle for us because I was a wrestling coach.
Can
too.
we use the podcast account and reach out to him and shake him down for some money on Insta? It's me, your coach.
How you doing?
It's me, your daddy.
I see you made it big. Okay, so we got the NFC. That's what, like West Coast, or is it?
You have the National Football Conference and the American Football Conference.
It has nothing to do with where they are in the country. They
Yeah.
have West NFC teams and they have East NFC teams.
Okay.
We're not going to explain to you the NFL, right?
Okay, no. If we're gonna do,
Okay.
we'll break it down. But okay, I'll start. You know what, Buffalo Bills. That's my team.
So you just got
going forward.
Whenever someone asks you about the Bills, you got to yell Bills Mafia,
Bills Mafia.
and then we're gonna have to get a video of you jumping through a folding table.
Okay, with this table.
Any folding
Not
table.
this one.
No, we need this one.
We're gonna be out. Okay, So that's our little recap.
Sports update.
There's our sports update.
Okay, now we
Where
get
Jess
to,
still knows nothing.
now we get to fun topics. You want to start with Minnesota? Oh my God.
Yeah, a very controversial ice shooting in Minnesota. Represent Minnesota right now.
Yeah, dude.
Which we talked about last time. Everything goes down in Minnesota. You got George Floyd, you got the ICE shooting, you got the Somali fraud. I don't know what the hell's going on over there. But this ICE shooting, the video footage shows a car blocking a ICE investigation. The woman who was killed, her name was Renee Nicole Good. She blocked them off. Of course, the ICE is trying to get her out of the way. In the video, one of the officers is standing in front of the vehicle while another one's standing at the driver's side door. The car reverses and drives off while the ICE agent is still in front of the vehicle. I think it clips him, and then the officer decides to fire shots and ultimately kills Renee, which I hate to. I mean, you obviously hate to see police shootings like that.
Yeah.
But, like, why are you there?
As ex-law enforcement, you have a lot of insight on this. So is ICE technically law enforcement, or are they under like an agency?
I mean, they're the feds.
They can be both, Brajesh.
Yeah, they can be both.
I don't know. Agency and law enforcement are the same thing.
So with that, if you're in a situation like that, aren't there like protocols that you don't step in front of the car? Or
You are, whenever I was studying, when we were doing the deadly force continuum, you are not supposed to impede a vehicle by standing in front of a vehicle. And that was the first thing I thought whenever I saw this video. I was like, I'm not sure if that'll be a good shoot.
Yeah.
Because he positioned himself in front of the car.
Yeah.
However, there was a second video from his body cam showing how he got to the front of the vehicle. He was arguing with Renee's wife.
Yeah.
Arguing with Renee's wife on the passenger side and was moving around the vehicle, which he doesn't know what's going on with the other agent and Renee at this time, and then the car just comes and hits the
clips
officer,
him to the side,
clips him, and that's when he fires the shots and kills her. So that's going to be a tough shoot. I mean, knowing that it makes things a bit different because he was. He was attempting to move out from in front of the car. And then also, I don't know if y'all listen to Angela Yee in the mornings. For my white viewers, she used to be a part of the Breakfast Club, which that's Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee, DJ Envy. Then Angela Yee got her own show. She just had Joy Reid on, who was explaining that Renee was apparently a paid protester.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So that's another factor you got to factor in there. Because I mean, that's just like policing. Like, there's some dangers to your job. If that's going to be your job, the dangers you may encounter doing those kind of things. So to me, I hate giving opinions on stuff like this.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're there, you gotta know what kind of. I mean, you're trying to interfere with people with guns. Yeah, like you just don't do that. As simple as that.
I think the left's opinion of it, though, right, is that if ICE wasn't there in the first place and they weren't rounding up people like it's been described, like almost like they're taking dogs to the pound or something, then none of this would have happened. And before this, there were tensions flaring where like they weren't letting ICE stay at certain hotels. Then Hilton dropped that hotel owner.
But I think you could have the same argument for her.
Right.
If she wasn't there, that also wouldn't have happened.
And what did you say?
They would have continued to do their job, but she was also doing her job.
Now they've taken over the block where she died.
Yeah. Didn't you say Joy Reid? She's the one who said on Angela E! That she was a paid protester.
Correct.
Joy Reid, like that.
She just came out with this, I think it was today, that said she was a paid protester, which kind of changes things.
It does. You're 100% right. Like, why are you there in the first place? You're looking for trouble. You found trouble. And aren't these ICE agents, aren't they mostly, these are very new recruits, right? Like, they haven't really gone through the rigorous education like what you've gone
Look,
through.
I'm not going to say that they didn't go through any training. I'm not 100% on what training they go through. I know that there are a lot of newer ICE agents because they were doing that big
fat signing bonus.
Yeah, the big fat signing bonus.
150K.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought about it.
Dude, 150K.
I thought about it.
Yeah. You have a beating heart, come join ICE.
But I'm not gonna I'm sure they do go through training. There's no way they're gonna stick them out there without that. But I mean, they're going through a lot right now.
Yeah.
It's a lot of opposition to doing their job. So
well, dude, it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You're obviously, like what you said, it was kind of weird how you got in front of the vehicle, but like when video came out, like you're arguing with somebody else, still you're in a compromised position right there. And I don't know how it's going to hold up in court, but you can see that.
I have a feeling with that body cam footage, it's not, they can throw that him trying to impede her leaving by standing in front of the vehicle out of it. Because it shows from where he was moving. He was moving to where his partner was. Yeah. And he just got caught in front of the car whenever she decided to drive off.
Still.
From what I saw.
But what you said,
if I'm wrong, butcher me in the comments.
Well, isn't this like a huge representation of where America's at right now, where people are willing to die for what they believe in, for the political process and stuff? And like, I'm not trying to make this lady a martyr, and I'm not trying to make her a villain. What I'm saying is this is completely a product of the rhetoric of both sides. Yeah. Like, this is, if you say you blame Trump, do you blame Tim Walz for having the same kind of rhetoric and being like, F ICE? They're saying F ICE at the hockey game, at the NBA game.
Which they've also, Tim has also restricted, the Minneapolis law enforcement into, like, restricted them from helping ICE agents as well, like clear some of these crowds. Mm-hmm. So they're obviously working. Minnesota's government is working against ICE as well. I think Tim also said he was going to try to bring in, was it the National Guard?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
To go against ICE, like mobilize them. Which I'm like, it's like, what are you doing, man? Just.
Dude, I mean, we were talking with Tim Walz last week, and this man, I don't know if he's a good governor.
He's a clown.
He is 100% a clown. And
Could you imagine if he was the vice president?
Dude, it'd be great. It'd be so great, right?
Which, not only that, like the fraud that they had in Minnesota, it's starting to trickle down in other cities as well, because they found some in Ohio.
Yeah.
I also saw that was the investigative unit, was it Doge?
Yeah.
Doge found out about Chelsea Clinton, her nonprofit.
Yep.
They got however many million and saw that she's living in trace it back to her $11 million mansion, as well as her like $1 million wedding. That's where those funds were used.
If they have like a legitimate business that they're running, they're just paying people triple what the average market price is. So like you're a marketing coordinator, but you're making $180,000 a year for an NGO. That's getting money from the government.
Sounds like a great gig. Sounds like an absolutely great
Which
gig.
also, I mean, I've always wondered how these politicians got so rich. And it's making sense now. You make a nonprofit or you get some type of funds that are supposed to help out the city and use them for yourself.
Yeah.
Because technically you're using it for the city because you're part of it. It's just a lot of loopholes that they go through, a lot of mental gymnastics just to take your dollar that you've made hard-earned, and then 50, 60 cents of that goes to them while you get left with nothing, increased tax rates, increased Medicaid bills, everything else, while you're left with just BS on the streets. Like, you have to... Basically, I don't think the politicians really care at all what's going on in Minnesota or anywhere else. It's just, for them, it's a payday. Let me get in there. Let me make my money, and I'll get out there. I'll say what I have to. What you talk about radicalizing, this rhetoric, it's clickbaity. You can make clips out of it. You sound great. Clips stay with you for like X, Y, and Z time. Left or right, both are doing it. And it's just like we're caught in the crossfire of all this BS. It's causing a lot of mental turmoil for a lot of people with things that are happening right now. And it's just we're the ones left holding the bill.
So from everything that transpired in Minnesota, just to wrap up the Minnesota shooting topic, viewers, let us know. Do you think it was a murder? Do you think the officer is at fault? Or do you think that she's at fault?
Let us know in the comments. Okay.
So we were talking about other current events. Verizon's down right now.
Yeah.
It's possibly they're saying a denial of service attack. This happened previously, about 4 years ago. Verizon went down in the Southeast. It's kind of one of those things where I think we talked about on episode 4, Burjesh. If I said, is it that there's a terrorist organization that's disrupting the telecommunications of America? Or would it be much scarier to find out that's how bad our infrastructure actually is?
Dude, I hope it's the first.
Yeah, exactly.
When you put
I think it's T-Mobile.
Do you think it's T-Mobile's
they're
going
claiming
after
they're
it?
claiming to be number one now.
It's that guy in that little pink rocket.
It's Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah. A lot of people said T-Mobile.
God, dude. No, so they're a multi-billion-dollar telecommunication company. And
Thank you. I was unaware of what Verizon was or did.
It happened in 4, this has happened previously, 4 years.
Yeah, this is a funny story. This actually happened to LD. He was on my way to a place I moved in downtown Memphis, and his phone went out, and he had a few possibly that night. And it was very difficult to navigate without his phone being out because he was like, yo, what's your address? And that was the last text he sent. And every time I text him, it wouldn't go through. And so then finally, he had to pull over at a hair salon downtown that was closed. He was like, "I'm on their free Wi-Fi. Where are you at?" He was literally
I was over there on Main Street.
Yeah.
So are you still using Verizon?
I am, but I'm about to switch.
Are you without service?
I'm without service right now.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm in sales, so it affects my work.
I would recommend this for anybody in America if you're not going to travel international. It's the only time Visible, $15 a month, $35 for unlimited.
Dude, great sales pitch.
Yeah. It's a lot better than getting the AT&T bills that are you signed up for $65 a month. They're smartphone fee, administration fee. Your bill's $89. It's who the hell are you people?
They're making bank, dude.
These telecommunication companies, these cell phone companies, they just rake us over the coals. And I know it was worse when you had to pay for long distance. And I know it was worse previously when you had to pay up your anytime minutes because it's anytime. But for the love of God, people, how much money do you guys need?
No, it's never enough, dude.
Apparently, Verizon needs a lot to get this stuff fixed. I need this stuff done by tomorrow.
Because you said that, it's probably going to be another 48 hours, dude.
I hope to God not.
Why don't you just tell them you wouldn't believe the line at the store? Or tell them you were watching a movie.
Dude, I will now.
You got a current event, Burjesh.
Yeah, so my current event. Okay, so we all know what happened to Maduro.
What happened?
He got nabbed.
He did.
In under 4 hours. So we had positioned a lot of military, military assets in Trinidad and that region. And it was of course, you're gearing up for something. You got your destroyers right there too. You got your battle cruisers. Everything's something's about to pop off. You're not just showing off anymore. And then a couple, what was it, last week? Or it was very recent. We get a news update that, Maduro's been captured. And all the details are still kind of a little wonky, but things are starting to come out. There was a soldier who posted on X, or I don't know where he posted, but he was just describing when this initial attack started, he was basically incapacitated. He was on his knees. He was vomiting profusely. He was nauseous, and people were thinking how's this happening? You have maybe 30 or 40 soldiers actually invaded Venezuela. I was about to say Iran, and that's about to happen soon too. So that'll be my next update. But you have 30 or 40 soldiers on the United States side that are actually part of this operation.
I heard it was 20.
Or 20.
I heard it was 20 against their 100.
Imagine Washington or wherever Trump would stay, right? It's heavily guarded. You can't get the king, no matter what happens. If the king was able to be nabbed, what does that say about your defense, infrastructure and everything else? But it was just the crazy thing about this story is that it's an exotic weapon. We've never seen weapons like this used before.
What does this weapon do?
It causes bleeding, dude. You're vomiting on your knees. You're not moving around. Nothing's happening. You are out. You're KO. While we have U.S. soldiers coming in, you can't do anything about it whatsoever.
So, how does it work?
It's going to be high-frequency sonic waves that disrupt some type of cochlear, the balance that you have in the ear, what it gives you, it starts disrupting that, and that causes extreme nausea, vomiting, and profuse. I don't know how it causes bleeding, but I don't want to be faced with a microwave like that, dude. If it's causing bleeding.
Yeah, I don't want to find out either.
Yeah, I don't know.
My question is, how? I mean, obviously, our soldiers are there too. What do they have to prevent it from affecting them?
We'll find out in 10 years.
They're calling.
They're not going to let us know.
They're calling it the voice of God. So it shoots a cone of sound. So think about if you were to shine a flashlight through a cone, it has a very limited space that it goes into. And then as you turn it and it goes off of you to Burjesh, it doesn't affect you as much. So it's very pointed like a speaker. The same way as if you were standing behind a speaker, it's not as loud as if you're standing in front of the speaker. And if you were to turn the speaker, that's how it works.
So it's kind of like a laser, just kind of directly
It
pointing
is
in.
nothing like a laser. It's all sound waves.
Well, yeah, no, but it's like, no, you're saying it's like focused, like.
If you mean that a laser is point to point, like a bullet, like anything, yes.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Come on.
A laser, but you saying laser means that like if they're like lasering these people like Buzz Lightyear.
Like a laser.
I got a question for y'all. So, have y'all heard of the documentary, was it Age of Disclosure?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where they talk about the UAVs and reverse engineering the technology that they've found from that.
Yeah.
Do you think this may be one of those weapons?
I think we probably had this weapon for a long time. You're like that whole documentary is crazy because it starts in like the 1930s where like they started like getting these vehicles and to start reverse engineering it. What that like whole like Age of Disclosure is really scary because the technology that they're showing us right now, I bet we are light years ahead of that.
Well, that was one of the main concerns was that, China has these UAVs as well, and they're nervous that they can reverse engineer this stuff before we do. And that's why Congress is they're in Congress right now to release all this information so we can get our best and brightest on it.
Yeah.
So I wonder, when I first heard about the sound of God weapon, I was thinking, what is this one of those weapons that was reverse engineered, or who came up with this?
A lot of people are calling it the voice of God.
Voice of God. That's
like
what
the
it was.
voices in your head. And
Okay. What did I say? Sound of God?
Sound of God.
Sound of God. Voice
Sound
of
God. God would be a sick band. We are Sound of God.
Sound like a mixture of Fergie and Jesus.
Yeah, we're here. The U.S. confirmed it. Plus, there was a guy who was there that said they were surrounded by a bunch of Cuban special forces people that were supposed to come there just to protect Maduro. Yeah. Similar how the Libyan guy was surrounded by 27 virgins. Gaddafi.
Nice.
You know how he died?
You want to get descriptive with
it? He got stabbed in the ass with a pair of needle nose pliers.
Dude, and he died in the sewer. They kept stabbing him in the butt cheeks.
I saw the video.
Yeah.
I remember that video.
How many times have you seen the video? The FBI agent's listening.
I just remember him parading them through some little desert town and just stabbing them in the asshole.
Beating the crap out of them.
Dude, it kind of makes you think you have countries where nuclear weapons, like North Korea, for example, right? And then you see cases like Gaddafi and like everything that happened in Libya. It kind of makes you want to make sure you have a nuke now, right? Even Sweden's talking about, hey, I think we should start arming our nuclear capacity. You're just seeing a bunch of weird stuff happening, dude. The world's starting to change.
You know what you guys didn't talk about for Venezuela, and then we can move on. I cannot believe you guys didn't talk about how dripped out he was when he got abducted.
Oh, you're talking about his Nike fit?
Oh. Yeah,
Nike tracksuit.
Absolute Nike fit on and a water bottle. You got the same ones.
I got the pants on.
Dude, they're sold out.
I got the pants on right now.
Delta Force is going to come through the wall.
I got the pants on right now.
Gonna crush your head like a samosa.
We got some extra mics.
Dripped out like Maduro.
There's a rumor that Nike paid for that advertisement, but I don't believe that. I don't believe it.
I highly doubt that.
Dude, it's what a time we live in, dude.
What a time to be alive with you and yours.
And don't worry,
mine.
next week we'll be talking about Iran.
Talking teams?
Yeah, it looks like it's getting pretty close.
Are you talking teams?
Are we talking teams?
Who's in your
Are we switching sides? You will come with me?
All right, so an interesting thing that has happened this week was talking about what if ChatGPT became president. So someone asked the computer what it would do, and they said, if you're president, what are the things you do? How would you fix the U.S. right now? So it said it would unstoke division by giving absolute freedom of speech with very little limitations, like you can't yell fire in a crowded movie theater. Would also immediately limit term limits and insider trading for Congress and whatnot.
Nice.
I feel like that's a very uniparty issue. I think where ChatGPT fell off was it didn't take enough money from Pfizer when coming out from the state. But it had a lot of really good points that I feel like they just cannot get done in Congress because everyone has somebody either paying them or they're told not to vote for it, or it's just one of those things where they're like, "Hey, you're messing up the money. Come on."
Yeah.
It's all about.
I mean,
money.
that's ultimately what's been screwing our government from the get go is money.
Dude, I wonder in 2 months if you ask that question, it's going to be the same answers.
It's going to say, "I would take Greenland immediately."
Yeah. Speaking of Greenland, man, are y'all nervous?
Not really.
You
dude.
think we're gonna get? That's our Vietnam.
No.
Fighting
No,
the
I'm
Danish.
just saying, like, after we position ourselves in Greenland, because we hadn't had a post in Greenland since the Cold War. And then not only that, but we got they approved $0.5 trillion in to the Pentagon.
Dude,
I mean, something big's coming though.
would I be surprised? No. Would it suck?
You don't think so?
Dude, come on, dude. We're headed into a multi-front war. I mean, we're about to go into Latin America. You think Venezuela is the only country we're gonna actually fuck with? Colombia's right there. Colombia's president.
I mean, I agree with that. I think it's going to ruffle some feathers of some other bigger powers.
Like Germany's sending special forces troops there now, just in case something happens. And it's
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to be afraid of a country that can't give enough heat to their citizens during the winter, let alone you know what I mean?
But you know what?
You
precedent
lost
this is
twice,
setting?
give up.
Right now, the fact that Russia invaded Ukraine, right? No nukes were dropped. What we're doing right now, I think the nuclear option's been taken off the table, and everyone's kind of agreeing, shuffling around now. We're looking at new spheres of influences that are about to be created. Because if we invade Greenland, if we help Israel with Iran, you don't think China's about to go into Taiwan? Taiwan is 60 miles away from them.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they go? And invade?
I mean, they already think they're China anyway.
They can't go into Taiwan until we supply all the weapons to the Taiwanese. And once we've made our money, that's what's going to happen.
I think it was a $50 billion worth of weapons have already been shipped over.
Yeah, and they can't make enough weapons for Taiwan, so they're trying to make it so they can make cheaper weapons for Taiwan, drone defense systems and stuff. A big part of this whole Maduro thing too was drones.
Yeah, I forgot about that part. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they shut down all their radar systems. They came in and just started blowing shit up.
He was Trump was very vague about that part, right? It's we had some very smart people taking care of this. So it was basically they turned the lights off like the Undertaker, took the president and turned them right back on.
I know you guys recorded the morning of that happening and whatnot. Did you guys also see that they were just down there after the whole operation was over? They also then blew up Hugo Chavez's grave.
No, I did not hear that.
So it's the ops came through and blew up my baby's headstone.
Damn. No, I didn't hear that.
That's like a gangster shooting into what is it
you talking about? Yeah. What was that guy's name? The guy that went around shooting Memphis.
Callback. I mean, we already
Zeke. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's wild.
Shout out Trevor. To the whole episode before you comment again.
Or else you went off, dude.
Or else you will be banned from Indian Palace for life.
Dude, we will put your face up and everything.
No, we will not.
No, we won't.
We're still waiting to hear if he'll come on and tell the story.
I hope he does.
Trevor, we'd love to have you.
Please come on.
What's your current event?
So my current event, we already talked about Venezuela.
We did. Thank you for recapping.
I mean, dude, I'm trying to think now. It's next thing, all I can think about now is Iran. Outside of that, it's just nothing's really been sticking out. Oh, actually, no. Here's a really good current event. So Trump did something good, something really good.
Okay.
He told BlackRock and other conglomerates like BlackRock that you cannot buy single-family homes anymore as an institution.
He's got to make it a law, otherwise he's just talking about it, right?
I hope so, dude, because that's a great step in the right direction. Because how expensive is buying a house now? How expensive? If you don't come from money, it is next to impossible. You're looking at 40 years old before you can buy a house.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive.
Will come into any type of market. They're flush with cash. Okay, I can make you a cash offer right now.
I mean, they can go $50 to $100 more than what you're bidding for. But they're also, I've read something that they're also going to place the CEO of BlackRock in a position of power in the U.S. government. Yeah.
He's going to be taking over for Jerome Powell, who's getting sued by the U.S. government right now.
Yeah, did you
for
see
his big lavish building?
Oh, did you see what Jerome Powell's little video he made? Mm-hmm. Talking about Trump's coming after me. I did nothing.
I mean, it's just funny because if Trump had control of the Fed and it was his office, he would have done the same thing. So it's not but it is like a waste of money. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. No,
Like I don't give a
is.
crap. I think the Fed should have shitty chairs that don't roll around like every other office in America. I don't think they should have some big granite staircase.
They shouldn't. It's just like, what are you guys focused on right now? What's actually going on?
Money.
The economy.
They're about to make that money printer go.
It's already going brrr. Oh my God. But yeah, that's I hope it actually becomes a law. That'd be amazing to stop big corporations like this. Actually, I mean, what did we promise you? The American dream, right? But now it's so far to reach. Like, what are you going to do on your minimum wage job that you're actually going to, my bad, I didn't mean to push your mic out like
Rajesh,
that.
push the mic for everyone listening.
He doesn't give an opinion.
He made a Roman salute and then he came after me.
Y'all missed it. I cut it out.
All right.
But
Let's move on to our 6 big beers brought to you by an ad read.
yeah. Call WCWS Law Firm today. Our expert attorneys are here to make the process smooth and stress-free with services like settling estates, managing wills, resolving disputes, handling trusts, and guiding you through every legal detail. Based right here in the heart of Memphis, we're your local probate pros. Reach us at 901-523-1844 or visit WCWSlaw.com now. That's WCWSlaw.com.
All right.
Thank you, Luke.
6 big beers. We're going to talk about Gavin Newsom.
For those of you who don't know who Gavin Newsom is, that's awesome. He is a very incompetent politician that we've been talking about and railing against this whole pod.
Gavin Newsom.
Yes. You want to tell us about the high-speed rail that he wanted?
Yeah, I mean, just he's a product of saying he's going to do something. His say-to-do ratio is messed up. He said he's going to rebuild the Palisades. He is one of the people that could expedite it, and it seems like he's delaying it. He said he's going to clean up Skid Row. I mean, he did when Xi Jinping visited. And then he's also been building a high-speed rail for like 20 years. And there's a clip of being like, 4 more years from now, you're going to have a high-speed rail.
Has it even started?
It has been started, but they have not laid a mile of track in about a decade, I believe.
God damn.
It's very hard to do business. That's why oil and gas companies are leaving California.
Yeah.
In-N-Out left California for Nashville. Shout out In-N-Out.
We love you. Come to Memphis, please.
Sponsor us.
Would be amazing. I would eat there every day. But yeah, okay, so you want to start us off or do you want me to hit it?
You can start.
Okay. So my first
Beer number 6.
Beer number 6. I'll go with that. Ready? Newsom talks about working families the way a rich kid talks about camping. Like, yeah, I love regular people. I saw one at a fundraiser.
Ooh.
Got him. Got him.
All right, you got another one?
Beer number 5. Man, Gavin Newsom out here treating Skid Row like his personal pimp stroll. Got more tents popping out than excuses. And the homeless screaming, bitch, where my reparations at? You slick hair motherfucker.
There you go.
There we go. Okay.
All right. LD, you got any?
I'm sorry.
All right, I'll go. Beer number 4. Newsom's handling the Palisade fires like a broke-ass pyromaniac, blowing hot air and letting shit burn to ashes, then blaming the sun like he's grilling steaks for his elite group of cronies. You're the fire starter.
Nice.
All right. Beer number 3. California's high-speed rail, Gavin Newsom. That's a $500 million hustle. The train's so slow, it's crawling like a snitch in traffic. All we got is empty tracks and pockets full of money for the boys, pimping out the taxpayers like hoes on payday.
Got him. I hope you're listening, Newsom.
All right, LD,
All
beer
right,
number 2.
Beer number 2. I heard Newsom is considering a new mandate by 2030. Every Californian must have a podcast, a solar panel, and at least one high-speed rail ticket to a destination that doesn't exist yet.
Ooh, got to move the pot out to Cali. Dude, just start this in Skid Row?
Maybe. Why not? You know, it would look great. We'd have great. We'd have so many people to talk to and interview about their lives, man. Looking over our backs.
All
every
right.
5 seconds.
I guess we didn't come up with a beer number 1. I can do one off the dome.
Let's hear
Do
it.
it off of the dome. Beer number 1.
Gavin needs a beer this week from working so hard from cleaning up California like a guy who hasn't been laid in 6 months, got a date coming over.
That's off the dome.
No one cleans up faster than a man that's trying to impress a woman that's never been to his house.
Man.
Yeah.
Just shoving shit in your closet.
Y'all ever about to have a date and you like get home and you're like, oh my God, I've got to get this. And there's a point where you go from doing the dishes to just putting dirty dishes into the dishwasher. Like you're just kicking gloves in the closet, hoping it will shut.
Yeah. I mean, did that right before the podcast started. Make sure we have a clean environment to talk in.
Gavin Newsom.
Okay, so moving on. This is something that I would love to hear about. Tell me about Drewuski.
Oh, so Drewuski put out a new skit.
Yeah.
He was going in on these prosperity gospel preachers.
Yeah.
You know, these
Real righteous gemstone types.
yeah, these pulpit pimps.
So what is a prosperity preacher?
So these are guys who go out and, you know, promise their congregation that they'll make all this money if they give them money.
Yeah.
That God told them
Yeah.
that if they give them however much
direct
money.
link.
Yeah, they're a direct link to God.
Yeah.
And that if they give them $1,000,
Yeah.
that they will become rich themselves.
Why does a pastor need a private jet? So God can hear his prayers because he's closer. It's an old Jim Carrey joke. Sir, you spent $200 at the strip club. One must know evil before he prays on it.
Yeah, but it was a hilarious skit. Apparently, it's got some backlash to, I'm guessing, people from these congregations.
Burjesh, you've seen the skit though. He's on like a high wire and he's like up there and like
I've seen a
Which
picture
I mean,
of it.
it all the stuff from a skit stems from actual preachers who have
Yeah.
done these things, who are wearing the Dior jackets, the Louboutin shoes. Is that who makes the red bottom shoes?
Yeah.
Louboutin.
Why would God want me to have a Rolex? Because I gotta be on time.
These smooth little was it pulpit pimps?
Yep.
So they're complaining, but they're not saying he's lying, right? They're just complaining that
They're complaining because they feel that it's blasphemous
Or
but
sacrilegious.
but in reality, the real preachers are the ones that are blasphemous.
Yeah.
Keep that same energy. Just
keep-
direct it towards the actual pastors.
Which I'm glad he's shining light on them, because that's something that it annoys me.
100%.
It annoys me that these people are basically con artists,
Yeah.
scamming these people out of money. There was one video where this guy was telling people he needed $2,000 from each member, and everybody came up and was like, "I'm donating this much money." Well, one lady came up and only donated $13,000 to $12,000,
Yeah.
and he starts chewing her out. He's like, "Only $12,000? I said $2,000."
Yeah.
It's like, bitch, be grateful that you're getting anything. How come you guys aren't digging into your pockets? A lot of these preachers are worth like a few $1 million.
Yeah. I mean,
Non-tax dollars.
that is the craziest little scam too,
Damn,
man.
I should
Do
be
you
a
think?
pastor.
Do you think that
I know,
should,
right?
that little rule should change, where like churches get taxed, or any type of religious institution?
I think there needs to be more investigation into some of these bigger churches and see
Yeah.
where these funds are actually going, because they're not going towards the church.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like
They're
the
going to
NGOs.
private jets.
Yeah.
It's just like the NGOs.
Yeah. Which brings me to my next point, or my segment of what is you doing?
All right.
Take it away, baby.
What is you doing?
What is you doing?
And this week's what is you doing goes to the congregations at these churches. Like, what are y'all doing giving these guys your money? Like, y'all really think that they are connected with God? Let's be serious. And I actually wrote some names down of some of these preachers.
Hit us with these names,
I'm
baby.
about to call these guys out.
the ops.
Who we got?
I'm about to call out the ops.
Yeah.
We got Prophet Marcus Thomas, which he was arrested. They actually got him.
Time
Yeah.
out. Prophet is a sick name.
Prophet Marcus Thomas, who was a televangelist who was actually arrested.
Sounds legit.
Yeah. We got TD Jakes.
Oh, TD Jakes.
TD Jakes.
Oh my God, he made a list.
Hold on. God's telling me something right now. Good old
money.
TD. Yeah,
Give me some money.
We got David E. Taylor, Apostle David Taylor, which if anybody that is preaching to you claims that they're an apostle, leave that damn church. Do you know what apostle is?
Yeah, yeah.
So an apostle, like, you have to have walked with Jesus. And this is a definition according to Acts.
I feel like you're really questioning if he did or did not.
I'm not questioning.
You don't think he did?
I don't think he did at all. So if he's calling himself an apostle, he obviously doesn't know scripture very well.
Yeah.
So leave that church. We got Dr. Todd Hall. We got Marvin Sapp, which I actually like his music, which sucks. He closed the doors. He's like, y'all aren't leaving here until y'all give however much they needed or wanted.
Yeah.
Because I highly doubt they actually needed it. We got Peter Popoff. He's on TV selling miracle water. Keon Henderson, Mike Murdoch, Leroy Thompson, Benny Hinn, Kenneth Copeland, Juanita Bynum, Jim Booker, Jesse Duplantis, I like this name, Sweet Precious Daddy Bailey.
Sweet
Precious Daddy Bailey.
Legal name.
I don't know if that's his legal name, but that's what he calls himself. And he
Give
sits,
us a picture.
He sits on his little throne, and they come up and like kiss his hand and shit. It's wild,
dude. That is nasty. That is nasty.
Yes. And then we have Marvis Winus. And guys, stop giving these folks your money. God is not talking to them. Y'all are a part of a cult. Read it for yourself and leave these guys alone.
What did it say about cults? And that it's cults are they're the groups that don't become religions, right? They're ones that like actually just stay. They stay by. Let's cut this.
Who says that? No, leave this in.
No.
I want to hear this.
No.
Let him cook.
Joe Rogan. So like, what a cult is versus what a religion is. It's you. We're gonna cut this part out.
No, we're leaving this in. We're leaving this in.
I'm so happy I can edit it. But
he's probably still gonna leave it in.
No.
I love that you.
3, 2, 1. Okay, so back to. Dude, screw those profits, man. Screw those profits. Except for the last person you told us about.
Let's say it all on 3. 1, 2, 3. What is you doing?
What is you doing?
All right, let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. What is you doing? Right.
Also, if y'all have any other televangelists, pulpit pimps out here, leave them in the comments. Let these people know who they're dealing with.
Hell.
You know, if you're part of these congregations and you think I'm wrong, feel free to prove me wrong.
Hell, even if you want to drop some tea and we don't know the person, we will break that news live on here.
That would be awesome. That would be fun.
And we will tag them.
I would love to expose every single one of these crooks.
I want to shout out. There's a guy on Instagram called John Breaks Bad News, and he just calls people and tells them bad news.
I've seen that.
And
I've seen that.
Like, this is John from John Breaks Bad News. You need to get tested.
Dude, okay, back to why do you think these people keep going back? In your opinion, like we're in such a horrible economy right now. Someone's asking for $2,000, you only give them $1,300, and it gets chewed. Like, why do you think people actually like stay?
They believe that they giving money to these guys, that they are a vessel from God, that they will eventually become rich.
Dude, I mean that should be a crime.
They're reaching from the Old Testament of tithe, and not even considering that there was a whole new covenant whenever Jesus came.
Yeah.
So they're going back to when he does talk about giving 10%, but this was to the Levites because that's all they did was read the Bible and preach.
Yeah.
And they weren't giving money to them. They were giving food and,
other things besides like monetary.
They were helping them, be able to live.
Yeah. But it's just like, man, dude, it's just human nature. At the end of the day, you see something, these people are predators.
Man's always going to manipulate the word to get what they want. You're going to have those people. We all have. According to the Bible, man always is going to have sin in their hearts. So, these guys have it, and
you got psychopaths looking for these positions anyways, and they see an in, take advantage of them. Then you can shame them with the most ultimate shame ever. Just God's going to dislike you.
I'll tell you, the new one is getting little old ladies to leave their house to the church, so the church can sell it. The proceeds. That's the new one.
God.
I got a theory for you guys talking about bad preachers. You probably wouldn't get this. Do you think that Bernie Mac on Friday was cheating with Craig's mom?
Ooh, I've heard this theory.
I saw this theory
because he does try to go over to the house.
Yep.
Whenever Craig's dad's not there and ask for mom, but then he goes over to the neighbor's house. What was her name?
I can't think of her name, but
hey, Miss. That's gonna frustrate me. I love Friday.
He comes over to the house and he's like, "Craig, what are you doing here? Get your ass a job."
Yeah,
and he's like, really,
he's not expecting him there because he's supposed to be at work. He doesn't know that he got fired.
Better question: why is the pastor coming over to your house?
To give you a little word of God, dude.
This actually happened at a church.
Coming to impregnate you with the word.
Literally, the first church that I went to with my family, and they lost a lot of people from the congregation, was people were widowing, and then the pastor was quote unquote taking care of the widows once the man passed, and he had like a little harem of like 13 women that were following him, and he was married.
Well, I mean, dude, it's abundance. The abundance mindset is very important.
Well, we see that trend with a lot of churches where they, obviously what's the word I'm looking for? They are sexually corrupt. to cut this part,
deviant?
but sexual deviance when it comes to like taking advantage of not only young girls, young boys,
Adulterous.
you know,
this
just
whole part.
Dude,
We cutting this whole part.
no, just bits.
just the piece where I couldn't figure out what the hell I was talking about.
right.
3, 2, 1.
Hold on. Sorry, where should I come in at? What should I say when I come in?
Coming hot.
You should say whatever word you were going to think of that you were going to say.
We were talking about deviance, the sexual, like to the women, to the boys.
I'm trying to think of what it was.
You're talking about adulterous, debaucherous,
Sexual deviance.
predators.
There we go. 3, 2, 1. So a lot of these, I mean, it's a common theme. A lot of these preachers are, you know, sexual predators. We hear it all the time. We've heard it in the Kojic church. We heard it in the Catholic church. You hear it in your local churches that somebody has been molested, whether it's your youth pastor or whoever, using their, you know, position of power and influence to end up, you know, using it for their own sexual pleasure.
Dude, I mean, the worst, the Catholic Church, they defended or they hid the crimes of these priests. There's one who was a part of a convent where he was a part of the blind convent or something where it was just like kids who were blind he was preaching to, found out they were like sexually assaulting it like them. And then when the church found out about it, instead of reporting it to the actual authority,
They covered it up.
Sent them to a different church somewhere across the world.
Which these incidents, look, don't let that deviate you or get you away from actually looking at the word.
Yeah.
You know, what they're doing has nothing to do with what's in that book.
100%, dude. It's these people.
But a lot of those incidents do though. They end up ruining people's lives, and you know they.
I mean, let's be 100%. This is not just a problem with churches. You have temples. You have anywhere where you have this type of power and congregation. You have really sick people that will take advantage of their positions of power, that hold it over people, make them do things, and just use their excuse that like God instructed them.
God wanted me to get you pregnant.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens in almost every cult. You remember Waco? He was telling the guys, he was like, I need to get all your wives pregnant. Y'all can't sleep with them.
It's
like, how do you?
Yeah, there's certain, like, you have to think in a cult, at a certain point, people are like, I know that this isn't true, but now I'm so deep I can't get out.
Yeah.
That's what everyone's thinking for the cult.
Yeah, like you don't want to be proven wrong.
It's like, all right, now this guy wants to sleep with my wife. Yeah, I think it's time to leave. But they're, you know, like
it's too late. It's like, what do you do now? Like, you got to fully commit, baby. You got to fully commit.
Like, I'm out. I'm out.
All right, well, I think we can probably move into My Roman Empire. My Roman Empire is a segment that's about a fun history fact where we talk about something that's in our mind that we can't get rid of, such as how often do men think about the Roman Empire?
There we go. Want to start us off?
I'll start us off because mine is actually is in the Roman Empire.
Okay.
Yes.
Did y'all know that back during the Roman Empire, when men wanted to like swear an oath to each other or swear allegiance to each other, they would hold each other's testicles and, you know, give that commitment. You know how people used to like cut their hands and shake hands? Instead, they shook testicles.
Just like the fraternity Burjesh was in.
They used to shake testicles, and that is actually where we get the word testify from.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That is where we get the word testify from.
Interesting.
From Romans touching each other's balls.
Dude,
I will always think about that the next time I testify. I'll be like,
You ready to testify, Jimmy?
man,
He's got his hand out.
That's
He's
tough.
ready.
Yeah.
I don't think I could recover from that.
That's weird, dude. A brother, that's real brotherly love right there. You can, if you testify, once you testify, that's over. You're done.
Yeah, I would probably be, I'd really be bonded to that person for a long time.
You can't forget your first testification.
Exactly.
Testification.
He's been testified, baby. All right, what do you got, baby?
Mine is, how do you think in 1900s you told yourself if you were the world's strongest men in the world? What do you think we did back then to determine if we were the world's strongest men? Ooh. We'd have a competition like the Olympics, but they don't have the world's strongest man. They don't have powerlifting. So how do you think they determined which country was the strongest?
I'm guessing lifting rocks or some shit.
From 1900 to 1920, they had an event at the Summer Olympics known as Tug of War.
That's a great way to figure out.
I wish they'd bring this back. So they had tug of war for 5 Olympics every 4 years from 1900 to 1920. It popped up, and it's a reminder that this is something that would actually happen in like ancient Greece and whatnot. So you can picture at the 1900s Paris Olympics, like everyone's got their big twisted mustaches, and they're just doing this tug of war.
Yeah,
and
that's a
like
good job.
you just bring out a roll, and you have to determine which country wins. But back then, there's only like there's got to be less than 50 countries competing.
Yeah.
It's not like Cuba or Jamaica's coming. It's not like we got the bobsled team coming through there.
When I was in college, we had a rope pull competition, which was basically a tug of war, and they actually dug holes in the ground to place your feet in, and everybody was posted up. Yeah, it was. I mean, you would put the rope against your ribs. Sorry, I need to get closer to the mic. Get the rope, put it against your ribs and cross it through, loop it through, and pull. And you have to put pads on there because people's ribs were getting broke. They did it every year for homecoming here in Martin, Tennessee. I didn't participate.
Okay.
It's funny you say that. So, like when they previously would compete again in the college athletics in America, they would have clubs that would compete against them. So sometimes, like you'll see, like Tennessee played like the Dayton like Freightliners like club or something like that. So you had to be the best club in your country to be able to compete. So America dominated this sport for the years that it actually was in the Olympics. And
always.
The team that would come in would be the Milwaukee Athletic Club. But then like the UK would send UK police teams. So you'd be up against a bunch of bobbies that would be like the people that you're going against and whatnot. So it's not like we got like the best of the best of the best from each team. It was like if you were on the good team that year, like almost like football, then you went to state. If you went to state, then you went to national. You went to nationals. You went to
like a
Olympics.
Super Bowl or World Cup for tug of war.
Exactly, and you all have different clubs. Like, no, you can't be in my wrestling club. You can't be in my tug of war club.
God, okay.
So in 1912, Sweden standardized this. They had their finale in 1920 in Antwerp in the Netherlands, and then finally they said they only wanted to do pure sports. And this was ruled out, and it was never to be done again as World War I had taken most of the young lives from the planet. So just remember, World War I took away from us tug of war at the Olympics. I wish they'd bring it back, but they had it like kind of like Squid Games. y'all haven't seen the tug of war episode for Squid Games?
Where they're like on the high
the
rise.
old man knows how to win.
Oh
the
yeah,
Squid
yeah.
Games.
And they fall on the. Okay, I remember. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then pull at the end.
I haven't watched. I watched the first season of Squid Games. I couldn't get into the second season.
Yeah, you got to see. I think there's 3 now.
Yeah, there's 3 now, but
Yeah.
I couldn't get into the second season.
I just finished
I just
the
thought it
third
was dumb
season.
that he decided to go back. It's kind of like the not the most recent Jurassic Park, but the one before that, where he's like, "I want to go to the island and save these raptors." I'm like, "Why? Why'd you want to?"
For the
You're
money.
gonna put them in your backyard
For the money.
For the money, baby. I'm happy you saved them.
What do you got for your Roman Empire?
So, what do you guys think the luckiest name in history is?
the luckiest name.
Give me a name. Any name.
Alexander.
Give us
the Great.
give us a country so we can get like a
Let's say
decent guess.
Western, like English, American country.
Nigel.
Bobby.
Bobby. Well, actually, it's Hugh Williams.
Hugh Williams. Oh, it was a first and last name.
Why is that the luckiest name?
So back in 1785, off the coast of Wales, a ship sunk. And the only survivor on that ship was a guy named Hugh Williams. But get this, okay, that's whatever. That's just one ship, right?
Why does that make him the luckiest person?
No,
It's the luckiest name.
Luckiest
so
name.
We got one event.
Yeah, so in 1820, off the coast of Wales, you would think at this point, like, stay away from whatever's happening on that coast. Another ship sinks, and the only person that survives is Hugh Williams.
Is this the same Hugh Williams? Or
No, different Hugh Williams.
Okay.
So each generation has its own Hugh Williams.
Okay.
But in 1889, guess this, another ship sinks, right? But this time 2 people survive. And
both named Hugh Williams.
Both named Hugh Williams, dude. So it goes to show, like, maybe, change your name to Hugh Williams if you decide to go on transit or something.
I think a much better name is Hugh Normus.
I was thinking that too. Well, he must be Hugh Normus, man. I mean, come on,
Hugh Williams to survive.
that many times.
So your fact was that a person, 4 people named Hugh Williams survived
4
tragic
people-
events.
Yeah, remember the coincidence of that? Like, what are the chances of something like that happening? That's pretty random.
I have a unique name, so I wouldn't know.
It's I guess you do.
That'd be tough. Let's
Yeah,
not
I'm not
dox me on
surviving.
the
I'm
pod.
not surviving, dude. No, but you just
What is Burkholz? German?
Yes, but cut this out so that people don't dox me.
I'm German. My white side's German.
There you go.
Hey.
So that's Hugh Williams. That's the luckiest name. So if you ever want to travel by sea, make sure you're with a Hugh Williams.
Go by Hugh Williams.
Hugh enormous, baby.
All right, we're gonna wrap up the pod and move into boy bossing too close to the sun. This is something where we had a moment where we flew a little too close to the sun, like Icarus. Got a little burnt up this week. What's going on with your lives? You guys have anything bad happen? I mean, I can go on mine.
Yeah,
you want me to do mine?
Yeah.
All right, so I've got a car that just won't quit now. It's the motor is fine, the transmission is fine. Almost everything on this car is going out. So like the brakes are going out, the motor's fine. I now have lost my heating and air. So every time I go to replace a part, it works for about a week, and then another part breaks on the car. So it's been very cold in Memphis. I have no heat in my car. So now I have found out after I was in my driveway, and all of everyone that was watching me do this in my neighborhood saw this, just about besides my closest neighbor. I was in my car duct taping the heat on my car open so that I could have heat because it's got a blend door. So your car works is it pushes air and this door just opens or closes to give you cold air and hot air.
Yeah.
So I was in my driveway and I was like, God, I feel so embarrassed. My heat's out. I'm working on this shitty car. And then I look out and there's a bunch of people in my neighborhood looking at me. Probably plumbers cracking all, trying to fix the heat in my car. And they're like, what are you doing? I was like, just working on my car. They're like, nothing's wrong with that. And I was like, what? And then I was like, oh man, everyone's going to school right now and I'm trying to get to work.
God, there we go, dude. That's gotta suck. At least our winters here have been to 65, 75 degrees. That's the only silver lining. Thank you, global warming. We appreciate it.
It's good. I just don't know what I'm going to do if it snows or ices because I'm about to get like a hairdryer dry like that.
Dude, I mean,
but little do people know, if you ever driven to Memphis, I've got one of the least messed up cars on the road.
God. Okay, well, there you go. I mean, you take care of your car. Isn't it push to start now, too?
Oh, yeah. Push to start, baby. Automatic start.
He did it himself, man. It was awesome.
The worst part was this went out after I put in an automatic start. So now I can't automatic start my car. It just blows cold air.
That does suck. Because the coldest weeks are about to come in February.
I thought you were going to tell me it's always coldest and darkest before the dawn.
No, dude, it's about to get cold, man. We're still in the dark right now.
We'll see. I think I'll make it to the summer. Now in the summer, when I don't have AC,
that's going to be rough.
A problem.
That's going to be rough.
That's going to be where I fill it up with Freon. I say, this thing's tip top. How much you want for? And then I block that person's number and leave the police station. I said,
top dollar, baby. Okay, so my boy Boston Tea close to his son, I had to make 300 naans Wednesday. And it was
300 naans.
For all the viewers like LD that don't know what naan bread is.
So naan bread is basically pita bread. And so we make a big order came in. Someone was trying to cater our naan.
Okay, I got what you're saying.
And basically I was stuck behind the oven for 3 hours making 300 naans, dude. And then every 2 or 20 minutes, my dad would come in and be like, oh, that's undercooked. That's not good. That's not this. And I'm just thinking, dude, I'm already 2 rows in. What are you talking about? Why can't you direct me before you go up into the front? So by naan 200, my gloves are already coated and floured. And there's nothing I can barely close my fingers, right? And then by 250, by naan 250, man, it's just I'm profusely sweating, not getting any sweat on the food or anything like that.
Well, you got to stand over a hot stone that turns the naan and cooks it like a pizza. It's a pizza maker. It's just making basically a pizza crust without any toppings on it. And you put garlic and oil on it. Yeah,
and basically what was going on is even the oven, after 200 naans, the oven's going to cool down. You put 200 different naans in there. So you got to wait another 20 minutes. For it to heat back up again, and here I am just stuck trying to push out orders too at the same time. It was brutal. I'm happy we had that pizza oven. And it was an actual tandoor that we had to use because it would singe all the hairs off my arm, man.
Things could be worse. You could be making 300 naan on the streets of Dubai. Or Mumbai, not Dubai. Mumbai.
You're right. Thank you, Dad. Thank you for bringing us to America. Yeah. Making naan in closed AC.
Thank you for the shoes. Thank you for the AC.
we appreciate it. Thank you for the gloves.
Thank you for the indoor plumbing.
Yeah, we love you.
The trash service.
We all love you here. But yeah, that was my boy bossing. And what's crazy is the guy who comes in to pick up the naan, he was just like, is there enough naan here? I'm like, dude, I swear to God, there's enough now. He was like, you know what I mean? Like, kind of picking it up.
If he ordered like 500 more,
yeah, dude. Do I get a discount? Like, dude, get out of here. You're not getting a discount.
before we go to LDs, I love that your plot of the story is it's your dad's fault that they weren't correct because he wasn't supervising you for all 300 pieces while he runs this restaurant.
It wasn't. It was my dad's fault. It was like, it legitimately, it was. The naans were cooked, but it was just the constant coming in every 20 minutes. So, that doesn't look cooked enough. That doesn't like. What do you mean? It is. It's good. It's good to go naan. Like, it's going to be great. I've been making naan for a while now.
Yeah. Was there any chance the naan was non-cooked?
I mean, they want fresh naan. Like rare naan.
Sweet pun right there.
So thank you.
So yeah, we still love you, Dad. Thank you. You're awesome.
All right, LD, what do you got?
I mean, y'all can call me Hugh Williams because I had a hell of a week last week.
Hugh Williams.
You can call me Hugh Williams.
Hugh
My week was good,
Williams.
but I did have a very interesting interaction last week with this guy at the bar. Have y'all ever, when people are like, I'm not racist, I got a
black friend.
Yeah, I got a black friend.
Yeah. Usually when you say you're not racist, then the next most racist thing is going to come out of their mouth.
Well, at this point, it did. It wasn't.
Okay.
So this guy, he told me first, he was like, I'm not racist. And you could tell that he wanted to say my sister dated a black guy. But
how do you say
instead he said, my sister shot a black guy. And I was like, how does that, how's that? I mean, that doesn't.
Were you with anybody else?
Yes, I was with a girlfriend of mine, and we were already messing with him. Like, we had told her that we were brother and sister, and that her mom left and got jungle fever, and that's how I was born, and all this other stuff. And then he proceeds to tell you, like, yeah, I'm not racist. My sister shot a black guy, and apparently it was one of her ex-boyfriends. And I was like, how does that not make you racist? I don't think you're getting.
what that statement means.
I'm like, that statement does not help your case. And then he's like, well, I bailed her out. I'm like, that doesn't help either.
So you facilitated. Did she feel sorry about the crime? Did she feel sorry about shooting?
Apparently the boyfriend like abused her or something like that, and she shot him.
Man,
that's awesome.
What's sick bar? What's sick bar talk at the bar?
How does the conversation start? Like, he just looks at you and
no, we were.
I'm not racist.
We were just fucking with him. We were. We said that we were brother and sister or whatnot, and that of course, Dad got jungle fever and left, and he made a comment that was like, "Oh yeah, that BBC."
Oh my god!
He's like, "Everybody loves that BBC," and I was like, "They do." I was like, "You want me to call these brothers over here? Is that what you're into, bro?"
Did he ask for your number?
No. If he did, I wouldn't have gave it to him.
Did you tell him you're half German?
I did not.
Did you at least give him? Did you at least give him your Insta?
No.
Where can he find me?
So what bar was this at?
Mulligan's on Trinity.
Oh well, that's your problem right there.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, those a little too close to Tipton County. That's a real Tipton County.
That's in Cordova.
Yeah, I know it's in Cordova, but I'm saying you're getting closer to Tipton County.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a little
you're getting close. You're getting more north.
Where's it?
Tennessee.
It's
about 30 minutes.
Is it next to that
north.
Kroger? Are you talking about like it's next to the Kroger?
Yeah, it's next to the Kroger.
Are you going to reference how close it is to the International Mart?
But it's got to be like 5 miles, not 5 miles, like 2-3 miles away. Do you go to the International Market?
No, I don't. But now you're just getting excited about talking about international foods.
But dude, it's this guy was by himself. Or did he have?
Yeah, he was by himself. I think he was trying to hit. He was trying to hit on the girl that I was with. I think. And
yeah.
Did he succeed?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
Shut
not.
it down.
Were you?
Because got the BBC. Baby.
You said this guy's game is peculiar.
My sister shot a black guy.
Come with me, honey.
Oh,
I'm like, God. That's wild.
That is wild.
Everyone stay safe out there. A lot of people getting shot.
Yeah.
So.
Call back.
All right, and we're now going to move into our segment of our interview with the blind girl.
I was just going to fill you in. So the first 12 minutes of our podcast did not record. We got the audio.
It's buffering. So we have the audio. We don't have the visual. So we'll just cut this part out. And then from this point onward, that will be in there. So it's buffering. So you kind of look like pixelated and whatnot. So from this point on, it's obviously recording, but I just want to let you know that. So we may repeat some of the questions.
That's fine.
Okay. And thank you for being part of this experiment. Again, it's, I can't even tell you how much we stressed trying to get this going. what 7 o'clock. We're like, we don't even know what app to use, and we found something.
Burjesh is actually part blind, part mind blind.
Mind blind.
Usually on team meetings, it lets you record. I didn't realize it was a premium feature.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we just want to tell everyone before we started this podcast and you came on, we went through Teams, Google Meet, then Zoom, then FaceTime, and now we have had to get a premium recording feature. So we did this for you, for the PSA, for the blind.
Yeah, we got to let the
Thank
people
you
know.
so much.
What to
the
do,
blind
what not to
community,
do.
the blind community thanks you.
They see our. Did they see our? What was I about to say? I forgot. Oh,
I don't
No,
know.
I-
I was about to say. No, I was about to say.
You
No.
are blind.
Mind blind. I was gonna. They see our contribution, but that again, it's a pun. It's a pun.
I need to hear. I need to hear some dating stories from you because I know you have some stories.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start. I mean, I've been single for a while, so but I go through phases of not dating at all, and then I actually just kind of started getting into dating again, and boy, is it terrible. It's so bad.
Look, I already know I'm the only one. Well, you're single too, but it's not fun.
Yeah.
People kind of suck.
Do you think anyone
Yeah.
has, like, after they went on a date with you, do you think anyone, because you were blind, didn't go on a second date with you?
Yes, and I've definitely had people not like on the dating apps. As soon as they like kind of find out that I'm blind or we start talking about it, they just disappear, and it doesn't bother me. I don't care.
Okay.
So what's the weirdest date that you've been on? That you're like, this guy, there's something off about
What's
him?
the most cringe date?
Yes.
What is the most cringe date? The dude that gave you the most ick.
The ickiest ick. An
Okay.
ickverse.
Okay. So there, this is so bad. There's a lot. I feel like this is more
Oh.
recent. So, I have a lot of like health issues because of my diabetes, and I have gastroparesis. So like I just get sick a lot, and like I get nauseous and I throw up a lot, and it's not fun. But so I'm kind of weird sometimes when I go out on dates. I'm like, I need to be close to home, and like, what kind of food are we getting? Because like I don't know. So I really wasn't feeling well. This guy kind of knew my scenario. He knew I was blind. Some guys I can also tell they like, I've noticed that like it kind of makes them feel like they're like this man because they're like taking care of like a blind girl, and it's just kind of funny, but it's all right. It's like it's kind of cute because you're like, okay, you're kind of trying to be stoic, but in reality, like it's just you're doing it wrong. Like it's so loud the way you're doing it, like it's not genuine.
'Cause
You know, so what?
He's trying to butter you up. He's trying to show you can take care of you.
Yeah, and that's what it is. And they kind of do that thing where they're like, they like fold, they like will take my cane out of my hands and fold it up and be like, well, you don't need that when you're with me. And I'm like, no, I want that. Don't take my shit from me, fucker. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's my comfort zone.
Hey, you don't need this anymore.
It's just why. And I'm like,
hold my hand.
Yeah, like that. But then they also will like kind of like walk off, and you're like, why did you do that? You're an idiot. Like I can't, it's a lot. So, but I try, like I definitely give everybody grace because a lot of people have obviously not. What?
Let me get this straight. You will have guys take you out, take your cane and walk off.
No, she was saying that they have like a savior cop.
Oh yeah. I know, but that's literally what she just told us they did.
Unintentionally, like say like we'll get out of the car, right? Or like I'll meet them next door at the restaurant that's next door or something. And they'll like grab my cane and like fold it up and be like, you don't need it, whatever. They try and be like a man about it. And then, they'll grab my arm or my hand. And then we'll like get up to the host stand. And then they start talking and like you kind of let go. And then like when she goes off to kind of take you, they just kind of go, and you're like, no. Like they forget. Like,
no, I get
I
it.
don't know.
I get what you're saying. They're not used to having to guide someone, so they're just like, all right, come on.
Yeah.
So you said You just got back into dating. Is it getting a little better, or like what are or is everybody
No,
just
so
using
like,
AI?
well, like, okay, so a story was it was like, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago or so. I don't remember when it was, but I went on a date with a guy and I wasn't feeling well that day already, but I was like, I'm gonna stick this out because I already bailed on him once because I hate dating. I hate going on dates. I hate it because I'm like, if you're not my future husband, I really don't want to do this. So,
Yeah.
I'm so impatient with all of it. I'm like, I really don't care to get to know this for 2 weeks and then be fucking tired. Like, like it's just, I don't, whatever. So, I'm not feeling great. And we go to a restaurant right close by. And the issue is that, like, to get where we went, you have to kind of drive through the apartment complex and like the neighborhood. So there's like speed bumps, which is making my nausea 10 times worse. So we get to the restaurant, we sit down, I get a soda. He gets a drink. I'm sorry, he gets a beer and a shot. And he did the whole like, I'm starving and I haven't ate anything all day and da da da. And I was like, well, the first thing you need is
Oh,
obviously a shot and a beer. God, that would be the first thing I would
yeah.
order if I was starving. So
That
I'm
is-
not feeling great. I think I ordered like some French fries and like chips and dip or something because I was like, I just need something to put on my stomach. And then by the time I get my French fries, he got another shot and another beer. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. I'm excited for this. And I've already messaged one of my friends that works in like at one of the restaurants right next door. And I was like, I'm going to be walking next door in a couple minutes if this keeps going the way it's going. Um, but long story short, I said I didn't feel really well. Can you take me to the bathroom? Because that's another thing when you go out on a date and you're blind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like it's not even just like the menu thing because a lot of places now have the QR code, so you can just do it on your phone and zoom in and or have it read it to you. But like if you want to go to the bathroom, you have to ask them to take you. It's not like it's a lot of trust that like you have to put in someone. Like you got to vet people before you go out with them. So long story short, this guy must have ordered another like round when I went to the bathroom. I don't know how
God.
because when we got back, he was he was kind of getting there, and I was like, we've only been here for like 30 minutes. I don't understand.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel well. Like I kind of was like getting nauseous and like kind of was like dry heaving in the bathroom. So I was like, I just want to go home. I'm sorry. And like I knew that this dude was gonna get drunk, and I was like, I gotta get home, and I'm not in the mood for this. So as soon as we get basically back to my apartment, like he's pulling in the parking lot, and I knew the game he was playing. He did the whole, yeah, I'm starting to not really feel well either. And I was like, yeah, well, you didn't eat, and then you just pounded the entire bar in 32 minutes. So that's probably why you don't feel good.
And
And
he
he's like,
drove. He drove.
yeah, like he wasn't drunk yet, but I know it was like,
What do you mean?
it was, he drank, like we were literally there for, I swear to God, about 36 minutes. Like we were not, I swear he had about three, maybe four shots. Like he was he was thirsty. He was so thirsty. I don't understand, but whatever.
Yeah, he was thirsty. Something all right.
It didn't hit him yet. It didn't hit him yet, and I knew I was like, I got to get my ass home before this motherfucker gets drunk, and then I'm gonna have to deal with getting my ass home by myself and finding an Uber, and I'm not dealing with that. So, he starts playing the I don't feel well. And then he's like, I think I'm just going to leave my car just parked for a couple minutes if that's cool. And I was like, okay, yeah, you do what you got to do. But I'm going in. And he's like, well, can you just can you just wait with me for a second? And I'm like, okay, I just don't really feel well. And then he got out of the car and acted like he was going to be sick, kind of like I did in the restaurant. And then when he got back in the car, he was like, yeah, this is just something I've just been dealing with my whole life. And I said, starving yourself all day and then pounding the entire bar. And so I was like, wow, I was like, I gotta go. I was like, and you gotta go before this all hits you. So so that was like, I was like, why am I dating? What the fuck was that? That was the craziest shit. So that's how dating has been though.
Do you think with the fact you're doing social media now that you might end up finding somebody who's actually a good guy? based off of that and not on Hinge or Tinder or any of these other social sites. Just because right now I don't think Hinge or Tinder. I mean, LD's on Hinge. I don't know if it's just the best.
Yeah, it's
best app to use right now.
it's not the best app. You definitely meet some
Well, I
characters
just
on
think
there. That's
the dating apps have turned into like hookup apps, I feel like, if anything, or it's just a lot of people that are like, they don't really date. They skip the dating process and they just kind of like want to jump in really, really quick and then it ends really, really quick. And it's just, and then
well,
they're on
some
to
of
the
them don't.
next one.
Yeah.
Some of them don't know how to date. You know, they don't
Well,
really understand the concept of dating. They're like,
yeah,
just because I took you out one date, you know, there may be other women that I'm talking to at the same time. You know, we haven't reached
yeah,
to a stage where, you know,
They're already
this is,
expecting a ring. They're already
yeah,
expecting the key to the house. Come on
yeah.
in. Let's.
they're probably on there. It's like, well, I bought you mac and cheese.
You're supposed to be with me.
Yeah. Yeah. I always tell people, I'm like, I feel like we're all single until there's a ring. So,
So, Caitlyn, what are you
yes,
looking for in a guy? What are you looking for in a guy?
I'm not implying. So they have to
Here's,
find me.
here's, here's your PSA right here. What do you need to know about you in order to date you?
Okay. It's very simple and it's very difficult for men. I like good decision makers. That means with financially, I don't like if it doesn't have to be about how much money you make, it's about what you do with your money. If you don't make
Yeah.
that much money and you're buying $300 Jordans every month, I'm never dating you. You're a fucking loser. I don't know what that is. Um, Same with like cheating.
So it's about money.
No, she said it's not about me.
What?
Three shots.
I was
Three
like-
shots.
so,
Yeah, like
so it's
just
about money.
it's just, but yeah, like just pounding shots on a date, like, and you're supposed to be the responsible one that's driving. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, I don't know what that is. That's just
Yeah.
weird. I like it's just about making good decisions. Like, I see men that have entire families and beautiful homes and a beautiful wife and all this stuff, and then they go and hook up with the girl at the gym and then destroy their entire fucking life. And then
Or
they
going-
hate the girl anyway at the end. It's just like that you let a girl manipulate you. You're weak. You're weak. You're fucking weak. So I just like good decision making skills. Obviously like respectful, led by God. You have to fear God. Like, I don't need to know you're going to your boys for advice. Pray. Your boys don't know anything. They're fucking idiots. God knows it all. That's it. There's nothing else. Don't let me find out you're going to other women. It's just, I just don't, I'm tough because I do not have time for incompetence and I'm not playing a game. I'm not playing the games.
But what
Play
if
it
their friend
off
is
as-
responsible?
What?
I said, what if their friend is responsible? There's some good influences. It depends on who they, you know, surround them with.
Yeah,
But from
that is big for me. That's also big for me. If you hang out with a bunch of losers and you're like playing video games every night and like then you complain that your life is this and that and you want more and that, but you don't do anything. Like you just all you do is complain. That's I don't have time. I'm not listening to that. But if you hang out with
so
like
what you're saying,
what?
so what you're saying you're looking for like responsibility and
She's looking for a man. Is that what? That's what you just described.
Not a boy.
Yeah,
not a
leadership.
man, not a-
Like leadership, obviously like emotional support is really important. And then someone that I can just like rely and depend on. And I don't mean it in like a codependent way. I think I'm really good by myself, but like I do want to be a
One
wife and a
life
mom.
really
And
easier.
so what?
That one to make life a little easier for you.
Yeah, like I need to know that if like, you know, something happens at home or whatever, if I can call you and you're gonna help me figure it out if I need
Yeah,
help because I
you can-
can't hop in the car or something. You know, I don't know. Just
I get what you're saying.
I don't know. A man about shit. And then leadership. Like don't guide us into the fucking ground because I won't last is the thing. So I'll just leave.
Is it a deal breaker if the guy is shorter than you?
I'm really short, so that would be crazy.
Okay.
So that's a yes.
So
I'm
that's a
taller
yes.
than you.
Like I am almost 5'2". Like that would be insane if a dude was. I
5'1" king. Watch out.
Hey, I want kings.
All right, fair enough. That's a good point. That would be
yeah.
pretty wild.
Yeah, so like height is actually not that important to me because everyone is taller than me. Even if you're like 5'8", I'm like, wow, you are so tall. But
It'd be easy to guide around. All you gotta do is
what?
put you on your shoulder. But it'd be easy to guide around. Just put you on my shoulder.
Okay.
I can do piggyback rides. Piggyback rides.
I probably wouldn't even know you were there.
Since you went blind, do you think that you've lost any friends from being blind? Like,
Yeah.
I think that happens a lot when people have disabilities or something hard that happens in their life. Then people view you as a burden, and you find out who your real friends are, right?
Yeah. So that is something that I think I still kind of struggle with. I had a core like group of best girlfriends, and none of them reached out. I worked
Really?
in because I worked in bars and like restaurants. That lifestyle for people is a lot of like addiction, and it's a lot of partying, it's a lot of late nights, it's a lot of sleeping all day. And my lifestyle completely changed when I went blind. I sobered up and I stopped drinking and smoking weed for like a year and a half. And I started going to the gym and really taking care of myself and getting up at like 6 a.m. and being in bed at like 8 p.m. And then I kind of made that my lifestyle. So yeah, a lot like all those girls didn't come around for me. All of it. And a lot of them will not ever acknowledge anything. Like they won't acknowledge shit because they very much know. I know that they watch my shit too, but they
Let's
will
put them
never
on
ever reach
blast.
out.
You know these
No,
bitches.
What's that
no. I
app?
will say this though. I will say this.
How dare y'all?
A couple weeks ago, I did get. She was my old roommate. When I actually went blind. I literally went blind when I was living with her. Um, and she was not a good friend at the time. She went boy crazy, and that's whatever. But she actually reached out about a couple, like literally like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and wrote the big apology. And I was like, girl, it's no big deal. Like it's all good. So like if people like, and it was like a real apology. She acknowledged everything that she did that was hurtful. She acknowledged that she was the one that ended the friendship. Like she acknowledged everything and just apologized. And if you do that with me, I'm good. But people are scared because they think I'm going to hand them their ass, and they probably will. But if you like apologize the right way, like we can move on and it's all good. And so, yeah, like, so it took 7 years, but she apologized. So that was one of them reached out.
Well, shout out to her for being self-reflective.
Yeah.
Okay, so just a quick question. So at 26, if anybody lost their sight, especially in both eyes, I can't imagine them rebounding and just getting into fitness, waking up at 8 o'clock or going to sleep at 8, waking up early. What kind of drove you after? How'd you get yourself out of that dark spot where once you did lose your sight? Like, what kind of motivated you to, hey, like, just because I've lost my sight doesn't mean I'm not going to work out, doesn't mean I'm not going to keep living.
I'm not going to let this keep me down.
Yeah. So what was your process through that?
It seriously starts with acceptance and letting go of control. In the very beginning, I still had the mindset that I was going to do all these surgeries and my vision was going to come back. And I wouldn't let anyone say, like, oh, when you go all the way blind or like when you do lose your sight, I would be like, why would you fucking say that? You know, like I was very angry, very triggered by every little thing. I just was in denial, denial, denial. Um, and it was very depressing. It was an awful way to go through life, and it was just not reality. And it took a lot of talking with God, a lot of what do you want? What are you doing? What are you do? Like, why are you doing this? And so when I was going through my eye surgery process, I started looking for like holistic ways to also help heal my body. And I was getting a lot of massages. And after one of the massages, my vision came back in my left eye for about an hour. And so I kind of like I feel like a calling in that moment where I was like, okay, I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. I thought that this was it. I thought I was going to give up and like I was just going to be a loser. And I don't know. Like I just didn't know what the fuck was going to happen. I didn't know how I was going to get a job. I didn't know what I was going to do. So, um, like I said, a lot of prayer, a lot of solitude, a lot of you have to hang out with yourself to know yourself. And then when you do know yourself, you have to learn to love every single part of yourself. And the parts of you that you hate, you have to work on every fucking day. Every day. There's so many parts of myself that are so bad and they're so toxic and I'm so aware of them. I'm so self-aware that it kind of like I can spiral sometimes mentally. And so you have to accept every little thing. I am the blind girl and I'm a diabetic and people are not going to want to date me because of those reasons. Who fucking cares? That's it. So I have to go start finding the people that appreciate me, that see me for me, that are going to give me the time of day to get to know Caitlyn and not just this blind girl. So acceptance, and then letting go of all the control that you think you have. Like you have no fucking control anyway, so give it up. Who cares?
There we go.
Everything can be
It's
taken. Everything can get taken from you in a second.
Great
Every little thing.
answer. Great
Everything.
answer.
You can get in a car accident. You can get that phone call you're terrified to get. Anything can happen to you at any second. So post the fucking video. Say whatever the fuck you want. Tell people how you feel. Just let it go. Who cares? You have control of nothing anyway. So just do life. Who cares?
As
And if
Drake would
this
say,
is it,
yo,
if this is it, like if this is all we get, right? Well, okay, be miserable or be happy. That's it. I don't know what you want, you know? Like, that's all, that's the choice you have. You can be fucking miserable or you can just make of it what it is.
There's a lot of people that choose the second one, to be miserable, to not actually take control of their lives and to do something about it. Would you say, and I know it's going to sound horrible, would you say it's almost a blessing for how much you've learned about yourself and how far you've gotten in your journey that blindness happened to you? And could you also explain what your blindness is and how you got it, even though I know you already answered it, just because we already told you the first 12 minutes got cut out?
Yeah. So, I always tell people I'm like going blind saved my life because I was going down such a dark path because I thought I controlled everything. I thought I was in control of the path I was taking in life and the intention behind the path I was on was wrong and it was bad. And it was, let me chase a boy, let me chase money and not take care of the temple that God gave me first because I see this all the time with a lot of marriages and people that have babies young or they get married really, really young or they end up in relationships in their early 20s. A lot of people don't have their identity yet. They don't know who they are. And going your 20s is kind of when you find out who you are, right? You have to go through all of these life experiences. And I've noticed there's a lot of women that, especially my parents' generation, they resent a lot of the younger generation and even their own children because they had these babies and got married so young and they feel like they kind of didn't have an identity. And then, you make the identity being a wife or a mom, right? Or a parent or whatever it is that you do. And then, you're an athlete, right? Like if you're a guy, you were this big college athlete and then you kind of get out of college and you were riding with that. And now it's kind of like,
all
that
right,
was the
purpose?
highlight, right? But moving on, right? So I see people that go through these divorces at 45, 53, whatever, and they go through this big identity crisis because they didn't have an identity before they got married and settled down. They were given an identity. This man came in a woman's life and said, here, you're going to be a mom and you're going to be a wife. And so they never learned themselves. I got to learn myself when I was 26 and I'm still going through a lot of learning myself. I didn't have a baby. I didn't get married. I didn't have to learn all of these lessons when I'm 46 or 55 or whatever. I don't have to learn a lot of lessons that a lot of people are still like. I get around people all the time and I'm like, oof, I remember when I was you, but like, okay, yeah, you got time. Like, you're not even going to go through that lesson until 5 more years from now, but I already learned that. So it's a blessing how it happened. It's not easy. It's hard. A lot of the stuff that, like, people lose their jobs at 43 years old. I lost mine at 26 and had to figure out an entire new career path because no one hires blind people. That, you know, and like, there's so many things that I can relate to with a lot of people because of just by going blind, because of the things that come with it. You lose your friendships, you lose relationships that you were dating people, whatever. You lose your job. You have to move back in with your parents. You have no money. You're now on a fixed income. Like, there's so many, you can't drive anymore. Like, there's so many things that, like, I had to learn. And so I don't know, it just became more of a blessing that I got to get it all out of the way. And I also got a lot of grace for it because I was still in my 20s. So the entire psychotic episodes that I had, people were like, she's just going through it. It'll be fine.
What is your least favorite Hollywood stereotype that people have for blind people? Like, is it that, one of the ones that's repeated is that all your senses have increased besides like your sight,
No,
obviously.
that doesn't bother me because I almost want people to think that about me because I'm like, don't fucking play with me. Don't do it. So,
Yeah.
but no, it's the one that bothers me the most.
Daredevil.
The one that bothers me the most is the, do you want to feel my face so you know what I look like?
You want to touch my face?
That one's tough.
No,
Yeah.
I don't. And I definitely still can't tell what you look like.
Have you ever done that? Just like, okay, whatever.
Do you blame Jessica
sometimes.
Alba or Jennifer?
Well, sometimes I'll just mess with people because I'm like, and my friends will sit there and laugh. And they're like, she cannot tell. Well, her hands are all over your fucking face. And they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah, you're
sticking your fingers in their mouth and stuff. Just like,
no.
Open it up.
No.
Just turn around and yell ugly AF.
Yeah, start like sticking your finger in their nose, and it's like, this is just part of it.
No, that's disgusting. No. I already have to touch people like as my job, so like the least I can touch, like I'd prefer,
I got you.
We don't have to wrap up right now, but is there anything you want to plug before we keep going? Like your social?
Oh yeah,
like,
sure.
Do you want to plug your social or any causes that you support or any local businesses? Anything?
Yeah,
it can be nothing.
You can
cut
your
this part out.
Instagram handle.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah, I don't. I guess should I like send you my Instagram handle? Because I guess if people want to find me,
have it. Tell us. It's just you can,
Burgess is just
okay. Well, if you want to find me on,
let the
if you
know who's not watching the video.
What?
They said you let the viewers know that aren't watching your video.
Yeah.
Just
What's your
at podcast? What's your at?
Okay, it's Kate Wack on Instagram. It's KATEWACK. And then on TikTok, it's just my name, Caitlyn Wackerman. And you can find all that also on my Instagram. My link is in my bio.
Sweet.
And if you ever want to book a massage with me and you're in the Lake Norman area in North Carolina, reach out.
There you go. Burgess, you had another rambling question.
A rambling question? What is it? Why are you attacking my questions? So I guess just for the viewers, can you explain again what your condition exactly is? What happened, when it happened, and is there? So you said you had surgeries done and everything. They weren't that helpful. We got Jim.
Yeah.
Jimmy,
so do you want like the story of how my vision came back in my eye too?
Yeah, that would be great. I feel like people would find that interesting.
Okay, so I lost my vision at 26 because I was rationing my insulin. I was I am a type 1 diabetic. I worked in restaurants, so I didn't have health insurance. And I was a bartender and I was a crazy party girl and I didn't take care of myself. So when I was 26, my retina detached in my sleep. And then about like a month and a half after that, I lost the vision in my other eye. And I was sitting at a restaurant when that happened. So that was like a full blown panic attack and a fun night in the emergency room. I've gone through 6 eye surgeries. And the surgeries helped, but I was going through eye injections as well, which they were steroids, and the steroids actually, because I'm a diabetic, but it made my vision worse. So it gave me glaucoma and cataracts. So it took the vision out of my left eye. But when I was going through all of my like the surgery process, I was looking for like holistic ways to heal my body. And I was receiving massages, and after one of the massages, my vision came back in my left eye for about an hour, which was my calling to become a massage therapist. And now I'm a blind massage therapist, and I tell everyone I touch people for a living.
You rubbing folks down.
There we go.
How many happy ending questions do you get a week?
All the time. It's pretty miserable.
Do they try to like slip it in once they find out that you're blind, like try to like move in that area? That's like advantage.
Like in person or like online?
Like it, no, in person, like you're massaging them.
Online for
they're
sure.
trying to like move your hand a little closer to where they're at, like trying to take advantage if you can see.
I can tell who's testing because that's what guys do. They test. So, I always start every.
What's the example of test?
Why'd you say?
Like,
because I'm like curious. What is an example of them trying to test? Do they?
You can tell by. You can tell by. You can tell by the conversations that they're trying to have with you. You can tell by some of the questions they ask, when they ask. You can tell by their breathing. You can tell by them, like if they make moaning sounds and you have to tell them to shut the fuck up. Like there's a lot that you can tell. Like it's pretty, it's pretty obvious, and it just depends on like how you handle it. I very much put off an energy of like, I am very nurturing, but if you try me, okay. Let's play. Let's play a game. Let's see who wins. Because I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play that game. If you start moaning, I will give you one chance. I'm gonna be like, yep, you can't do that in here. But I understand. Like if you like just take a deep breath, it's all good. But like if you moan again, the massage is over. That's it. I'm not. And then they'll stop. They'll stop unless they're trying. But the thing that guys do the most when they flip over and lay on their back. Their favorite fucking question. So, what can you see right now?
Oh man,
yeah, they're testing.
And then you reply,
I would say like 65% of men do that every time you flip them over on their back. I would say like literally probably like 65%.
Another big PSA for therapy is right. Like some people just need to worry about their personal hygiene versus, stuff. Like I'm sure you have people that come in there that haven't showered and stuff like that.
Yes. And it's bad. And it's not. I'm not shocked. Like if you smell, you gotta go. I'm not doing that. Like if you, like I had a guy one time, he clearly just left work. And if I were to guess, he was a chef because of his whole thing. I think he was a chef. He left work, went to the gym, and then came and got a massage and didn't shower because it was so bad. And I remember as soon as I pulled him in the room, I could smell him, but I was kind of like giving him grace a little bit. But when you step out and let people like undress and get on the table, you can really smell it when you come back in because all their clothes are off. And like, so when I walked back in, I was like, absolutely not. I was like, this is ridiculous. You can't lack that much self-awareness. And if you do, you can't be that rude. Like that's just inconsiderate.
And you can tell them no, right? You don't have to give them a massage.
I don't have to give anyone a massage.
You'll have a sign
We're not
somewhere. You'll have a sign somewhere in the studio that's like wash your ass.
Oh yeah, like I'm kind of strict. Like I won't massage males under the age of 21.
That's a smart idea. That's a very
Sorry, old folks.
Well,
No.
you would be surprised. Like parents take
Makes work bad for you.
their sons into their athletes. I mean, 16-year-olds,
Oh, okay.
14-year-olds, 17-year-olds. I'm not dealing with that. Get the fuck. They can go see a guy.
Oh, you said
Absolutely not.
You said under. I thought you said over.
Yeah, you said
My bad.
Yeah, so
My bad.
Yeah.
No, she's getting those old people. It's funny.
No, I'll work on female athletes that are, 12, 16. That's fine. But if it's a male, he has to be 21. I don't care if you're an athlete or not. I don't give a shit. You have to be 21.
What do you miss the most about full vision? Is it driving? Is it just the freedom of it? Is it you don't know what you have till it's gone?
Great question.
Yeah, I think probably like the freedom and the independence that comes with having vision. You can kind of come and go as you like. I tell people all the time, as soon as I leave my apartment and I get on the sidewalk, there is no leisurely walk down the sidewalk. I have to pay attention to every noise, every sound, every whatever. Like there's no like scrolling your phone and texting while you walk. That's not a thing. Like, so I don't know. Like,
I bet your anxiety levels are out the roof.
yeah, like like I tell people like being at home is kind of like my safe place because I know where everything is. I'm comfortable here. But as soon as I leave, everything is like high energy,
Hey,
high. Yeah. I don't know. Did I even answer that question? I don't think I answered that question.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you did.
You got it.
So like, is your nightmare then? I would guess like my biggest nightmare would be if I was
Is my-
blind and I was or like probably like one of the worst things would be being on a walk and then it starts raining, right? Like that would be extremely hard for you to get back home or like do anything
No,
at that point.
that happens to me. Like I usually walk in the summertime, so I don't care if it rains on me at all. Like it does not bother me. I actually enjoy it. Like when you have had such like traumatic things happen medically to you, little things in life are a fucking joke. Like I am never crying if I could be done all the way up in the nicest outfit, and if it downpours on me, as long as I'm not cold, I don't care. I don't give a shit. I'm just not. I don't. Little things I don't. There's so many things to like get upset over, and I don't care about things like that. So no, I don't really. I don't know. I also like, but I plan things out. Like I'll check the weather before I go walk, or like you have to be prepared for everything as a blind person. You got to prepare time wise, especially if you have to like get an Uber or something. You never know if they're going to be 3 minutes away or 20 minutes away. So, and then you never know if traffic's on the road because you've been stuck inside for 3 days. You don't even know if the sun's been out. You have no idea what's going on. So you got to prepare yourself before you go out and do things.
There we go. So, the biggest question. So, how'd you start on your social media journey? What inspired you, and how'd you choose this form of content to put out there? And what's the process like for editing and everything too? Because that's got to be a pain.
So I guess when I first went blind and I kind of went through my whole like I don't know acceptance and like the depression after I kind of got out of all of that. I really wanted to do like motivational speaking. And then when I got into like motivational speaking, I realized it wasn't that it was phony for me. It's just that I had to watch myself a lot because I was working with like type 1 diabetics and children and teenagers. And so my personality is very loud, it's very bold, I swear. I'm very welcoming, I'm very understanding, I'm not super judgmental, whatever, but it's not for everybody. And I think in the beginning I did sponsorships and I did all that stuff because I wanted to get my story out there and I wanted to do this influencer thing. And then I hated it. I was like, this is not who I am and this is very fake. I want to make videos that I like making and I don't care. Like I want to be able to, if someone talks shit in my comment section, I want to be able to be like, get the fuck out of here, you loser. Like I want to be able to do that and not have to worry about stuff. So
Yeah.
and so I guess like the editing process is tough. Like I've told you, like I think I told it in the beginning. I don't know if it got cut out, but filming with like my tripod, a lot of the times I do have to take 75 clips because I missed or like you just get my ankle or my foot, whatever, or I'll miss the whole thing. So it gets frustrating. It's annoying. I try and keep things very, very simple. Like you'll never see me doing anything fancy with my videos because I'm not good with technology. I don't like editing. I hate all that type of stuff. I really would just like to make the video, give it to people and be like, can you just edit all my shit? If I could do social media like full time and make money off of it, I would want like a manager and all that because I literally just want to be on the video. I want my creative ideas on the video and I don't want to deal with anything else. I don't like doing the other stuff. I don't want to deal with money. I don't want to deal with talking to people. I don't want to do any of that shit. I want someone to come to me and be like, hey, here's this really cool opportunity. Do you want to work with them? And I'd be like, sure. And then make the video. That's it. That's all I want to do. I don't want to deal with anything else. So I think you have to
Viewers, if you
find
want to be Caitlyn's manager, reach out.
what?
I said, viewers, if you want to be Caitlyn's manager, reach out to her. Sounds like she got a competition for you.
Reach us up to us too. We would.
Well, I
It sounds like
also,
we-
well, I really am
We
big
might
on,
need one too.
well, I'm just like big on people doing like what they're good at. Like just do what you're good at,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
like do what sticks. Like I know that my massage content on TikTok does horrible, but it does really well on Instagram. So my other videos on TikTok do really well. Me talking shit, acting crazy in my kitchen, baking banana bread and like playing with my pet fish. Like that does well on TikTok, but my massage content does awful there. So I just bring it to Instagram. You just got to work with what works with you. And like I said, I don't do all the other stuff. So I don't get involved with it because I'll just overwhelm myself.
Well, you're doing something right. You're at what 12K subscriber or followers on TikTok. That's pretty
I'm at
impressive. That's
To
75,000.
Yeah, get the numbers straight, bro.
70. You're at 75. Oh my god.
Rajesh, master of the research.
I need
Master of the prep.
Well, that's 5 times, not 5 times, but like at least.
Next, you're gonna get your name on or something.
Hey, Katie, how are you doing, Katie? Oh my god. No, but still, you're doing something right if you have 75K followers on TikTok, and then what? Almost 4K on Instagram. I didn't look at your
Yeah.
Facebook. Oh, yeah, your both your Instagram and your TikTok are popping off. You're doing amazing. You're doing something right.
Well, I think it's, I mean, also putting a good message out there.
Yeah.
It was like, being blind isn't end all, be all. So, congrats to you for doing that and props. And honestly, I'm glad to have you on here to actually, share your story.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Thanks
And
for
before we,
having me. And thanks for letting me share my story.
Anytime. Is there any message you want to give to the viewers, to anyone going through this right now, listening, that any like hopeful message that you'd like to give these people? Give our viewers or
God, I feel like people always ask me this and I never have something like good to say.
That's fine. That's
Okay.
fine.
I heard someone say before, and I really, really love this because I'm really, really big on this. Does a bird, how did he say it? Something about like, does a bird land on a branch and trust the branch if the branch breaks? No, it just flies away. And so basically just trust yourself. Just trust yourself. Like trust your intuition. Do what you want. Don't rely on others. Don't wait on others. Don't it's not that it's about trusting others, but if you trust yourself, then you're on the right path. You're good to go.
there we go.
Believe in yourself. Manifest.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a great message.
I don't know. I'm not good
Well,
at all the
Thank you.
I don't
Thank
know.
you for coming on. This has been awesome. Thank you for sticking with all our technical difficulties too, and our 12 minutes that we had to cut out. Thank you again, Caitlyn, for coming on. You were awesome. Thank you for sharing your story, and thank you for being patient with us. This has been a great interview. Thank you, LD, for even giving a
Absolutely.
suggestion.
Thank you for responding.
Caitlyn, you were awesome.
Thanks for having me, guys. I had a good time. And it was good. You guys had some good questions. And they all made a lot of sense. So I really appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you guys. This was Caitlyn. Thank you for being on episode 36. This will be out it'll be out when it's out. And
Titled Blind Dating.
blind. Okay, blind dating it is. All right. Well,
Okay, guys, thank you for tuning in. We love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed that interview, and I hope you enjoyed our segments too. Thank you so much for the person who came on. She was awesome. We had such
Caitlyn, name her.
Yeah,
Say
Caitlyn.
her name.
Caitlyn.
Say her name.
Caitlyn, thank you so much for coming on. It was awesome. Thank you for giving us insight on what your life was like. And screw those friends who left you. That really sucks. That really sucks that you go blind and the next thing you find out is that
And screw that guy who left you at the hostess stand.
Yeah, I'll take care of you. You don't need your cane.
Yeah, you don't need your cane.
Who takes somebody's cane, dude? Like, how's that? That's just as bad, just as bad as that guy who's like, I shot him.
Maybe it was Gavin Newsom that took the cane.
Yeah, you don't need that. You can trust me. Hold on to me. I won't lead you astray.
Wait for that train.
It's a train coming.
All right, this has been episode 36. Episode 36 in the books.
Yeah, we love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a great night. Bye.